Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Stutis series from Srimad Bhagavatam. Today's shloka is shloka number 17 of chapter 4, canto 2 of Sri Shukadev Goswami glorifying Lord Mahavishnu. Tapasvino dana parayashasvinaha
Tapasvino dana parayashasvinaha
manasvino mantravidas sumangalaha
manasvino mantravidas sumangalaha
Premam na vindanti vinaya darpanam
Shimam na vindanti vinaya darpanam
Tasmai subhadra shavase namo namaha.
Tasmai subhadra shravase namo namaha.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Tapasvinaha,
Tapasvinaha,
the great learned sages.
the great learned sages.
Danaparaha,
Danaparaha,
the great performer of charity.
the great performer of charity.
Yashasvinaha,
Yashasvinaha,
the great worker of distinction.
the great worker of distinction.
Manasvinaha,
Manasvinaha,
the great philosophers or mystics.
the great philosophers or mystics.
Mantravidaha,
Mantravidaha,
the great chanter of the Vedic hymns.
the great chanter of the Vedic hymns.
Sumangalaha,
Sumangalaha,
strict followers of Vedic principles.
strict followers of Vedic principles.
Kshemam,
Shema,
fruitful result.
fruitful result.
Na,
Never.
Vindanti,
Vindanti,
attain.
attain.
Vina,
Without.
Yadarpanam,
Yadarpanam,
dedication.
Tasmai,
unto him. Subhadra, auspicious. Shravase, hearing about him. Namaha, my obeisances. Namaha, again and again. Translation. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna again and again.
Unto the all auspicious Lord Sri Krishna again and again.
Because the great learned sages,
the
great performers of charity,
the
great workers of distinction,
the
great philosophers and mystics,
the great
chanters of the Vedic hymns,
and
the great followers of Vedic principles, cannot achieve any fruitful result without dedication of such great qualities
to
the service of the Lord. So let us read what Prabhupada says in the purport. Advancement of learning, a charitable disposition, political, social, or religious leadership of human society, philosophical speculations, the practice of the yoga system, expertise in the Vedic rituals, and all similar high qualities in man serve one in the attainment of perfection only when they are employed in the service of the Lord. So what is Shukadev Goswami saying here? It doesn't matter if you're a great chanter of Vedic hymns. It does not matter if you consider yourself to be the greatest learned sage. It does not matter if you are the most famous on this planet Earth. It does not matter if you are the greatest charitable person there ever was, whether you're the greatest yogi and the greatest philosopher, or any other superlative of great in front of your name, if you do not use that talent in the service of the Lord. So there is no good result that's going to come out of your talent and your greatness and your prowess if that is not utilized in the service of the Lord. So this reminds us of a very nice shloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? We know the 9.26, where we have to offer everything with love to Krishna, just a leaf, just a flower, just some water, just some fruit. And in the very next shloka, Krishna said, Yat karoshi yadashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasvi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. That means Krishna is saying, whatever you do, whatever you offer in charity, everything you do it for me, on my behalf, and for the satisfaction and pleasure of me. So similarly, here Shukadev Goswami is glorifying the Lord by saying, all of these great people, they don't achieve any perfection until and unless they utilize their talent in the service of the Lord. So without such dovetailing, all such qualities become sources of trouble for people in general. So your fame can become a source of trouble. Your great chanting can become a source of trouble. Your charity can become a source of trouble if none of it is dovetailed in the service of Krishna. Everything can be utilized either for one's own sense gratification or in the service of one other than oneself. There are two kinds of self-interest also, namely personal selfishness and extended selfishness. But there is no qualitative difference between personal and extended selfishness. Theft for personal interest or for the family interest is of the same quality, namely criminal. A thief pleading not guilty because of committing theft, not for personal interest, but for the interest of society or country, has never been excused by the established law of any country. So even if you steal for the benefit of others, that is still considered a crime. That means sometimes you may steal for yourself, that is selfishness. But sometimes if you're stealing for others, that is just extended selfishness. But stealing is stealing. It is a crime and you'll be punished for it. People in general have no knowledge that the self-interest of a living being attains perfection only when such an interest coincides with the interest of the Lord. For example, what is the interest of maintaining body and soul together? One earns money for maintenance of the body, personal or social. But unless there is God consciousness, unless the body is being properly maintained to realize one's relation with God, all good efforts to maintain body and soul together are similar to the attempts of animals to maintain body and soul together. Essentially, Prabhupada is explaining that if in the human form of life, we're not using this body, our mind, and all other capacities that we have in the service of the Supreme Lord, we are no better than the animals also trying to maintain their body and soul together. The purpose of maintaining the human body is different from that of the animals. Similarly, advancement of learning, economic development, philosophical research, study in the Vedic literature, or even the execution of pious activities like charity, opening of hospitals, and the distribution of food grains should be done in relation with the Lord. That means any charity that you do, you have to do it on behalf of the Lord and for the pleasure of the Lord. Because all other charity that you do, although it is good, it's going to result in a lot of punya. And to get benefited from those punya karma, you have to take birth again. It is better to do akarma than to do karma. Akarma means all your activities, exactly as Prabhupada explains here, is dovetailed to please Krishna. Then there is neither papa nor punya. And that is what a devotee wants. They don't want punya, nor do they care about papa either. All they care about is pleasing Krishna. The aim of all such acts and endeavors must be the pleasure of the Lord and not the satisfaction of any other identity, individual or collective. Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.27, the same principle is confirmed, where it is said that whatever we may give in charity and whatever we may observe in austerity must be given over to the Lord or to be done on His account only. The expert leaders of a godless human civilization cannot bring about a fruitful result in all their different attempts at educational advancement or economic development unless they are God conscious, which means even the leaders in society have to be God conscious for their own benefit and should also propagate God consciousness for the benefit of society at large. So leaders who are not God conscious and who are not leading the country to also be God conscious are actually problematic leaders. And to become God conscious, one has to hear about the all auspicious Lord as he is described in literature like the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So essentially in this particular shloka, when we talk about austerity, we're talking about accepting voluntarily inconvenience for a higher purpose. So when you're giving in charity, you have to give in charity for the pleasure of Krishna. Your fame, your popularity, somehow or the other, should be used in the service of Krishna or drawing people closer to Krishna. Even the thoughtful sages who are well read in the scriptures, they should do it for the pleasure of Krishna. If you are expert in chanting the Vedic mantras, if you're not serving Krishna, your expertise is of no use. It has just bound you to further cycles of karmic reactions. So in summary, anything and everything that we do, unless it is utilized in the service of the Lord, it is of no benefit to anybody, including yourself. In the sense, there is no spiritual benefit there. There may be benefits on the material platform. Definitely fame, there are benefits. But yeah, it is a double-edged sword. These material benefits are a double-edged sword. They keep you bound to the cycle of birth and death. What a devotee is keen on is achieving some spiritual benefits so that we can continue to make progress on the path of Krishna consciousness.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.